Hello treasure hunters, welcome to the show today. Back in March 4th of 2016, Forrest made a comment about some what ifs. I want to discuss those today, so let's get to it. So here it is, everybody. March 4th, 2016, Forrest made this comment. It says, after reading Dale's blog, I'm prompted to ask, have you considered the what ifs? What do you think he's talking about? When this came out, I know many of us and searchers and everybody, we were thinking that perhaps it was something that we had said. But what if it's not something we had said that he's actually referring to? What if it is something that Forrest actually said himself? And that's what he's referring to. Have you considered that? Let me show you these. Okay, guys, so I'm going to play with the dates here just a little bit. Remember that the first comment there, it was March 4th, 2016. That's where Forrest says, have you considered the what ifs? But take a look at this one. This was back July 12th of 2015. What if this is the what if that Forrest is referring to? Have we considered this? This is where he says, what if there is no legal question about where the treasure is being found? So I sit around, I try and think about how could there be ways to where there could be no legal question or possibly be no legal question. You know, Forrest has never told us what type of land it's on. He stays ambivalent about it. He won't say, you know, if it's on reservation land. He won't say if it's in national forest, if it's on state land, or if it's on private property. It makes me think, what if there really is no legal question? How could that be possible? How could it be hidden in a way to where it doesn't matter what type of land it's on? It doesn't matter if it's reservation, doesn't matter if it's, you know, BLM land, private property, national forest. How could it be hidden in a way to where it would not work? In a way to where it would not matter. So I sit around and I ponder that. How could that be possible? And then I start thinking, well, maybe Forrest has actually told us. And I start thinking, what has he told us that might, you know, be related to this? And I come up with this. This is where he talks about his allotted public acreage. You know, remember where he's talking about hiding a can of Dr. Pepper in a rivulet somewhere. Now this comment comes up twice. He said it two times. He said it in 2013 and he said it in 2015. And both times it was said before the previous comments that we just talked about. So you can kind of see how I'm playing with the dates here. Now y'all know that I believe that Forrest is the definition guy. I believe he looks up every single word before he writes out any type of a statement that he's going to give to searchers. So I took the liberty of looking up rivulet, if I'm saying that right. But anyway, it's a very small stream. And anyway, if you go on to look at some synonyms for that, look at that. Creek is in there. Creek is one of the synonyms for it. And a lot of these refer just to water itself, a river, a stream, and a gully, a streamlet. So my question is, could this be the what ifs that Forrest is referring to? He's referring to a comment that he previously made that he thinks nobody actually paid attention to. This was in response to an email from somebody. It was used in the 6 questions. And let me read the question and the answer. Forrest, in 2015, answers to the 6 questions. You answered in part. What surprises me little is that nobody, to my uncertain knowledge, has analyzed one important possibility to a winning solve. Is that statement still accurate? Thanks, somebody. Forrest replied to that, yes, somebody, and that is why I recently suggested that searchers consider the what ifs. Here again, Forrest comes back bringing up the what ifs. Like I said, a lot of us thought maybe it was something that one of us were saying on the forums or on one of the blogs or even in a video. There wasn't a whole lot of people doing videos back then, but you know, I think AGK was like one of the biggest at the time doing videos back then. But anyway, what if it is actually Forrest referencing his own comment? So if he is actually referencing his own comment, is he talking about hiding something in a body of water, in a rivulet? You know, a river, a stream. You know, we know that Forrest says, I know it's wet by now. I know the treasure's wet. The treasure's not underwater. But what if this is what he's actually referring to? And, you know, we all know that he's not said what type of land it's on. We don't know if it's on reservation land for sure. We don't know if it's on BLM land or private property. But what if there is no legal question as to where it's at? And I did kind of come up with a possibility as a way that this could be possible. Let me show this to you. Okay guys, before I even begin this, I am going to include a link in the description box down below in case anybody wants to go actually look some of this information up. There also is a good book on this website if you wish to purchase the book and learn more about your rights as far as doing this. But basically, here's what we're talking about. We're talking about navigable waters. It's rivers or streams that you can navigate. So basically what it says is, if you could put a boat, if you could put a kayak, if you could put a raft in that water, and it has year-round water, it's navigable. You have the right, it is your right to be able to access that and to go through there. It doesn't matter what type of land it is, guys. It could be reservation land, it could be railroad land, it could be private property. But basically, everybody's property stops at the natural high water mark. And these laws do not vary from state to state. This is nationwide. It does not matter what state you're in. Basically, guys, the state does not actually own the river. It's held in trust for public and navigational use, recreation, and fisheries. The state is obligated to preserve the river for these benefits. Here's the problem with this is, like, most county sheriff's departments, most police departments, they don't know the laws. They don't know your rights when it comes to this. So like if you're going across somebody's land and somebody comes out and they want to have you arrested for trespassing, you actually have the right to raft down that stream, that river. You have the right to walk the banks as long as you are in between the natural high water marks. Like I said, their property only runs up to the natural high water marks. And the way this is indicated is it's from sight. The way it's described is it's from sight. You can naturally see where the high water mark is when you're walking along a bank or when you're walking along a river. Guys, remember, these are just my thoughts. These are things that I think about, and I think that this could be a possibility. Here again, it's back to the water high comment, like in the poem. So it kind of makes me think a little bit harder when I'm starting to investigate some of this or read into this possibility. Also, it's funny how it's tying into the what if comments, and when I originally started, I don't even know what got me off on this tangent, but I started reading one thing, it made me think about another, and then it just kind of followed a little bit of a paper trail. But this is a possibility, guys. Maybe he is talking about a riverbed or a stream bed, a creek bed. As long as there is water in it year round, it's navigable. And if it is mapped, and how they describe it is, if it is mapped and is blue on a map, it's navigable water. Now here's another key element to this, guys. The courts do not define as what is navigable and what is not. Basically, it says that if you could put a raft in it, if you could put a canoe in it, if you could get in it and you can navigate by this rivulet in any way, it's navigable waters. So it is something to think about, and it is a possibility. Like I said, Forrest has not said what type of land it's on. So basically, if it is in navigable waters, it could be on any land. It doesn't matter where it's at, and there would be no legal question because it's considered public property. But anyway, guys, I suggest everybody go and check out the website. There is some information in there about avoiding conflict if you are, somebody says, oh, you're trespassing, or if you're approached by rangers or sheriff's department, anything like that. They actually got a pamphlet that you could print out that shows that you have the legal right to be accessing that particular piece of land. But anyway, everybody, remember, these are just my thoughts. I want to thank everybody for watching today. If you haven't yet liked and subscribed to my channel, please do so. I should have some more content coming out here pretty quick. My mind's always working, and I keep thinking all the time. But thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you in my next video.